If you're new to the world of credit cards, you might not yet have heard about the Capital One Duo, but it is one of, if not the most talked about two credit card combos out there. And there's good reason for it. Unlike most other credit card setups where the most value is found in the three card trifectas like Chase or Citi, this setup means you only really need two cards to help you get a ton of value out of your spending. So in this video, I want to talk to you about the reasons why these two cards paired together are so good and who this setup is really meant for. But I also will talk about some of the downsides that aren't talked about as much so that you have all the information you can make when making your decision on whether or not the Capital One Duo is right for you. So first things first, the Capital One Duo is made up of two credit cards, the Capital One Savor and the Capital One Venture X. And if you wanted to, you could even substitute in the Venture for the Venture X, but I think most people should opt for the Venture X, but more on that in a moment. So with that being said, let's start with where you can earn a lot of value in the first year, and that's what the sign-up bonus is offered for these two cards. For the Savor card, you can earn $200 after spending $500 in the first 3 months of account opening. For most people, that's a very low minimum spend and is easy to hit, and it's essentially a quick return on your everyday spending that you're already doing. And although this is mentioned as $200 of cash back, that money can actually be converted to Capital One miles if you hold another card like the Venture X that has Capital One miles. So instead of $200, you are earning 20,000 Capital One miles. And this is one of the biggest reasons that people pair these two cards together, because the spending you do and the rewards you earn on the Savor can be leveraged for much, much more value. Now, on the Venture X side, this is where the value really starts to ramp up. The standard offer on the Venture X is a welcome bonus of 75,000 miles after hitting the minimum spend requirement of $4,000 in the first 3 months. On top of this, from time to time, Capital One will run limited time offers where you can earn more points, like 100,000 points after spending 10K in the first 6 months, like the one I'm personally working towards right now on my Venture X. But even at the 75,000 point offer, I still think there is a ton of value. If you add up the sign-up bonuses alone, assuming the standard offers, you will earn 95,000 Capital One miles, and the value of those miles depends on the way you use them. The first redemption method, which I do not recommend, is redeeming for statement credits to wipe away purchases at a rate of 0.5 cents per mile. The second option, which is a little bit better but still not the best, is covering travel purchases made on the card at a rate of 1 cent per point. And then ultimately, the way you should be using these miles to get the most value is by transferring out to one of Capital One's transfer partners, where you can typically get 2 cents per mile or more. And at this valuation, you are getting $1,900 of free travel, which is pretty incredible. Now, the sign-up bonuses are great and makes it easy for just about anyone to come out ahead in year 1, but in year 2 onwards, you will need to make sure that there are other ways of getting value from the cards, and they are enough to justify the total annual fees. And one of the main ways to get value from your cards is by earning points on your everyday spend, so let's talk about the spending multipliers. Starting with the Capital One Savor, this is going to be your primary category card, because the Savor earns 3% or 3x back on dining, grocery stores, entertainment, and streaming services. And this is a really important point because these categories cover a huge portion of what most people spend money on every single month. Every time you go out to eat, grab takeout, buy groceries, or pay for subscriptions like Netflix and Spotify, or even things like movie tickets or concerts, you're earning that elevated 3x rate. And for a lot of people, these are not just occasional purchases, these are weekly, if not daily, expenses. The card also does earn 5% back on hotels, rental cars, and vacation rentals in the Capital One Travel Portal, but because you have the Venture X, you won't be using this card for those purchases anyways. And then finally, this card offers 1x back on all other purchases, but again, the Venture X has something better in store for this. But as far as a no annual fee card goes, this might be one of the most powerful cards for spending multipliers. Even in comparison to the cards like the Amex Gold that earns 4x on dining and groceries, this card earns 3x back on those categories, but it doesn't come with the $325 annual fee of the Amex Gold card. Now, onto the Venture X, this card earns 10x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through the Capital One Travel, 5x on flights and vacation rentals in Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on all other purchases. So, like I alluded to earlier, the Venture X is going to be the card that you use for travel purchases, whether that's on the Capital One portal or directly with hotels and airlines. And additionally, anytime a purchase doesn't fall into one of those 3x elevated categories on the Savor One, you will be using the Venture X because it earns 2x miles on all purchases rather than the 1x on the Savor One. The mix of spending multipliers on these two cards is what makes this duo so good, because where one card lacks, the other compensates. Like I said, the cards are only worth it if you're getting actual value from them, meaning the value you earn outweighs the annual fees. The Savor One does not have any annual fee, while the Venture X does have a $395 annual fee. But this sounds much worse than it actually is, because you have to look at the effective annual fee rather than just the stated amount. With the Venture X, you get a $300 annual travel credit that can be used through the Capital One travel portal. And for most people, this is very easy to use. If you're already taking at least one trip per year, whether that's a flight or a hotel, this credit is essentially just offsetting money you would have spent anyways. And on top of that, every year after your first account anniversary, you'll receive 10,000 bonus miles. At a baseline value of 1 cent per mile, that's another $100 in value again from something you're getting automatically just for holding the card. So when you combine those two benefits, you're looking at $400 in value against a $395 annual fee, which means even if you're being conservative with how you value your miles, you're already coming out ahead by about $5, meaning this duo effectively pays you $5 a year to hold both cards. Now, beyond just earning points and offsetting the annual fee, another huge part of the value you're getting from the Capital One Duo comes from the actual features and protections that these cards offer, especially when it comes to travel. First, let's start with something simple but incredibly important, and that's the fact that both the Savor and the Venture X come with no foreign transaction fees. This means that if you're traveling internationally, you can use either card without getting hit with a typical 2 to 3% fee that a lot of other cards might charge. And this might not sound like a big deal at first, but if you're spending a couple $1,000s on a trip, that's easily $40 to $60 saved right there just by using the right card. Now, where the Venture X really starts to separate itself is with its travel perks, specifically lounge access. With this card, you're getting complimentary access to Priority Pass lounges as well as Capital One lounges. And on top of this, we have travel protections, which are one of the most underrated parts of premium credit cards. Because while earning points is great, protections are what can actually save you a significant amount of money when things don't go as planned. With the Venture X, you're getting trip delay insurance, which can reimburse you for expenses like hotels, meals, and transportation if your flight is delayed for a certain amount of time. You're also getting trip cancellation and interruption insurance, which can cover you if you need to cancel or cut a trip short due to a covered reason like illness or severe weather. And then on top of that, there's a lost luggage reimbursement, which helps if your bags are lost or delayed, and primary rental car insurance, which means you can decline the rental company's expensive insurance and still be covered in case of damage or theft. And these are the kind of benefits that you hope you never have to use, but if you do, they can easily save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So when you combine all of that with the earning potential and the effective annual fee we talked about earlier, it starts to become really clear why so many people consider this one of the best two-card setups out there. Now, I briefly touched on this earlier, but if you're really trying to get the most value out of your Capital One Duo, you need to be using all the miles earned on both your Savor and Venture X to transfer out to one of Capital One's many transfer partners. I'll pop the full list up on screen now, but the most notable ones include Air Canada Aeroplan, Flying Blue, and Virgin Atlantic. If you're new to credit cards, points, and miles, you might not understand why this is so advantageous, so let me show you an example. Taking this one-way Air France flight from JFK to CDG, if you were to pay out of pocket, you'd pay $2,424 for a business class seat. Now, if you use your Capital One miles, transfer them out to Flying Blue, which is a loyalty program of Air France, you would pay just 60,000 points and $346 in taxes and fees. If you subtract out the taxes and fees, you're getting $2,077 of free value for 60,000 miles, which works out to 3.46 cents per mile, which is way, way better than the 1 cent per point you get in the Capital One travel portal. So clearly, there is a ton of value in holding these two cards, but I do want to quickly touch on some of the downsides to this setup. For one, the redemption options outside of transfer partners are not great, with just 1 cent per mile in the portal and a terrible 0.5 cents per mile when used for straight cash back. So if you're not going to be using these cards to transfer out to transfer portals, then it's probably not the setup for you. The second talked about downside is their lack of domestic airline transfer partners. The transfer partner list relies heavily on international airlines and doesn't offer any direct transfer to any domestic carriers. However, you can still book domestic airline flights through other mileage programs within the same alliance as your preferred airline. For example, you could use Virgin Atlantic to book domestic Delta flights through the Virgin website. So, although a little bit annoying, I don't think this is a real deal breaker. The third and potentially biggest downside to the Capital One Duo is the fact that one or both of the cards might be switched to the Discover network. If you missed it, last year Capital One acquired Discover, and with that acquisition, there have been some changes, like some cards, like the Savor One, changing from the MasterCard to Discover network. Now, within the US, this has almost no impact because Discover is very widely accepted, but outside of the US, this is where things become a problem. Whereas MasterCard is accepted in most foreign places, Discover's footprint is more limited. However, the Discover network is growing, and I assume that now that Capital One has acquired Discover, they will work on increasing the coverage even further. Right now, they don't have any plans to switch over the Venture X to the Discover network, but it is something to keep in mind. So although this is a bit of a downside, again, I do not think the impact is felt that strongly by most people. So overall, despite a few negatives, I think the Capital One Duo is a great two-card setup, and is perfect for people looking for a simple credit card points and miles combo. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and check out this video over here that YouTube thinks you might like as well.